A black maid walked into the billionaire's penthouse with a bruise on her face, and he saw it right away. Jason Cole froze mid-signature on a $30 million deal. Then he looked at his maid and asked one question: "Who touched you?" And the fear in her eyes told him the truth. The bruise on her face was not hidden well enough. Jason Cole saw it the second Tanya Brooks stepped into his Manhattan penthouse that Tuesday morning. Her dark skin could not hide the purple shadow sitting on her cheekbone, like a storm cloud that refused to move. Jason's hand froze in the middle of signing a $30 million contract. The pen hovered above the paper, then stopped like his body forgot how to breathe. "Who touched you?" he asked. His voice was quiet, but it cut through the room like a knife. Before we continue, focus for a moment, because what happens next will leave you speechless. Also, type where you're listening from in the comments, and let's keep going. Tanya's fingers tightened around her cleaning caddy. Her hands shook, not from the weight, but from the fear that lived inside her bones. "Nobody, Mr. Cole," she said fast. "I'm fine." Jason pushed his chair back and stood. He was tall, broad shoulders, clean cut, the kind of man people called calm, even when he was angry. He wore a sharp suit that looked like it belonged on a magazine cover. Behind him, the New York skyline shined through huge windows, all lights and glass and money. But he was not looking at the city. He was looking at Tanya. "You're lying," he said. He crossed the room in a few long steps. Tanya stepped back without thinking. That single movement, that flinch, lit something inside him, something hot, protective, and dangerous. Jason stopped close, not touching her, but close enough to see the tiredness under her eyes. "Look at me," he said. Tanya kept her gaze on the floor. "It's not your concern, sir." "Everything in my home is my concern," Jason replied. His jaw tightened. "Look at me." Slowly, like it hurt, Tanya lifted her eyes. Jason saw more than a bruise. He saw the way she held herself like someone used to shrinking, used to being quiet, used to learning how to disappear so problems would pass over her. "Your boyfriend did this," he said. It was not a question. Tanya inhaled sharply, and that was enough answer. "Marcus didn't mean," she started. "Don't," Jason cut in, voice low. "Don't defend him." He pulled out his phone. Within seconds, his security chief answered. "Find everything on Marcus Reynolds, now." Tanya's face changed. "Please don't," she whispered. "You'll make it worse." Jason ended the call without looking away from her. "What's his full name?" he asked. Tanya's throat moved like she swallowed pain. "Marcus Reynolds," she said. Jason typed and sent it. "Done." "You can't," Tanya said, voice shaking. "I live with him. My lease, my rent, everything." "You live with a man who puts his hands on you," Jason said, stepping closer, careful like he was approaching a scared animal. "Not anymore." Tanya's eyes widened. "Mr. Cole, I appreciate the concern, but I can handle my own life." Jason pointed at her cheek. "Can you?" he asked, "because from where I'm standing, you're handling it badly." Anger flashed in her eyes, bright and real. "You don't know anything about my situation." "Then explain it to me." "Why?" she snapped, setting down her cleaning caddy harder than she meant to. "Why do you even care? I'm just your maid." The word hung in the air like a slap. Jason's face tightened, then softened like he was fighting himself. "You stopped being just anything," he said, "the moment you started leaving coffee exactly how I like it without being asked." Tanya blinked. Jason kept going, like he could not stop now. "The moment I started timing my meetings so I'd be here when you arrived. The moment I realized I know your schedule better than my own." Tanya stared at him like he had lost his mind. "I've been watching you," Jason admitted. "Not like an employer watches an employee. Like a man watches a woman he has no business wanting." He dragged a hand over his hair, ruining the perfect style. "So yes," he said, "I care." Tanya's lips parted, shocked. "You don't even know me." Jason's eyes stayed on hers. "I know you take night classes for graphic design," he said. "I know you drink chamomile tea on Thursdays because those are your long days. I know you hide your art portfolio under your cleaning supplies because you don't want anyone to see it." He paused, breathing heavier. "Should I continue?" he asked. And then, like your usual videos, you can add, "Would you ever confess feelings like this? Tell me in the comments." Tanya's voice fell to a whisper. "How do you know all that?" Jason's answer came out rough. "Because I'm obsessed," he said. "Because you walk into my space twice a week, and suddenly the billions, the deals, the power, none of it matters as much as making sure you smile once before you leave." Tanya shook her head slowly. "This is insane." "I know," Jason said, "and I don't care." His hand lifted toward her bruised cheek, but he stopped before touching, giving her the choice. "Say my name," he said quietly. Tanya stepped back again. "You're my boss." "You're the woman I think about every night," he said. "This penthouse feels empty until you're in it." His phone buzzed. He glanced and his face changed. Cold. Sharp. Marcus Reynolds. 2 priors for assault. Currently unemployed, living off your income. Tanya's face crumbled, like her strength ran out. "He wasn't always like this," she whispered. "I don't care what he was. I care what he is now." His eyes locked on hers. "And he's not putting his hands on you again." "I have nowhere else to go," Tanya said. Jason looked around the penthouse. "You have here," he said, 4 bedrooms, full security, and a man who will burn his whole world before he lets anyone hurt you again." "That's crazy," Tanya breathed. "Then call me crazy," Jason said, "but you're staying safe." Before Tanya could respond, the private elevator chimed. Jason's assistant, Mia Harper, stepped out, then froze when she saw Tanya's face. "Sir," Mia said carefully, "your mother is on her way up. She's already in the building." Jason's jaw tightened. The elevator opened again. An elegant older woman stepped out, dressed like money, eyes sharp like she could read lies from across the room. Evelyn Cole, Jason's mother. Her gaze swept the room, then landed on Tanya like Tanya was something stuck to the bottom of a shoe. "Who is this?" Evelyn asked. Jason's hand moved to the small of Tanya's back, protective, firm. "Mom," Jason said, "this is Tanya Brooks." Evelyn's lips tightened. "The cleaning girl?" she said, like the words tasted bad. Her eyes dropped to Tanya's bruise. "And what happened to your face?" "Nothing that concerns you," Jason said, voice hard. Evelyn turned to him, shocked at his tone. "We need to talk privately," she said. "Now," Jason replied. Mia stepped closer to Tanya and whispered, "Come with me, I'll get you settled in the guest suite." Tanya lifted her chin. "I can take care of myself," she said, then looked at Jason, guarded and hurt. "Thank you for your concern, Mr. Cole, but I'll handle my own problems." She picked up her cleaning supplies and walked toward the service elevator. "Tanya," Jason called. She did not turn back. The elevator doors closed and she disappeared. Evelyn's voice snapped the moment Tanya was gone. "Have you lost your mind?" she demanded, "getting involved with the help?" Jason's eyes went dark. "Watch your mouth when you speak about her." Evelyn stared at his son like he was a stranger. And Jason knew, right then, nothing was going back to normal. Evelyn did not yell. She did something worse. She spoke like she owned him. "You are throwing away everything," she said, "for a woman you barely know." Jason stood by the windows, staring over Manhattan like the city could calm him. "I'm 32, he said, slow. "I've given you years of my life. I won't give you this." Evelyn's voice sharpened. The Harrington merger depends on you marrying Hannah Harrington. 2 years of planning, billions on the line. Then it can fail, Jason said. Evelyn's breath caught. You can't be serious. Jason finally turned. I've never been more serious, he said. Get out, Mom. Don't come back until you're ready to apologize. Evelyn left with a face full of shock and anger. The second the elevator doors closed, Jason pulled out his phone again. Track Marcus Reynolds, he ordered his security chief. Everywhere he goes, every call, every dollar. I want legal options. Then he called Mia. Where is she? He asked. Mia hesitated. In the service corridor, sir. She's crying. Something in Jason's chest tightened. Bring her back, he said. Tell her it's not a request. 3 minutes later, Tanya stood in his living room, eyes red, shoulders stiff. You can't order me around, she said. Sit, Jason replied. Her eyes flared. He exhaled, then softened his voice. Please, he added, like the word hurt. Tanya sat, more shocked than willing. Jason poured a drink, then placed it in front of her. I don't drink, she said. It's not for fun, it's for courage, yours and mine. He sat across from her, close enough to touch, but not touching. I want you to move in here, he said. Tanya blinked like she misheard him. What? Not like that, he added quickly. You'll have your own room, your own bathroom, privacy. You can keep your classes, your art. I'll pay you triple your current rate. To do what? Tanya asked, voice shaking. Clean your house while living in it? To be safe, Jason said. To let me protect you. To give me time to prove this is real. Tanya stared at him, searching for a trick. And if I say no, she asked, I'll respect it, Jason said. But I'll still handle Marcus. I'll still make sure you have somewhere safe to go. Tanya's eyes filled. Why? She whispered. Why me? Jason reached out slowly, giving her time to pull away. She didn't. His thumb brushed her uninjured cheek. Because when you walk into a room, I can breathe. Because your smile is the only thing that's felt real in years. Tanya's lips trembled. And after 3 days of fear, after Marcus punched a hole in the apartment wall when she asked him to leave, after a motel night paid for by Mia, after staring at herself in the mirror and finally admitting she deserved better, she texted Jason one word. Okay. Jason moved her into the penthouse in hours. 3 weeks passed. The bruise faded into a yellow shadow. Tanya's art portfolio spread across a desk Jason had installed without asking. Textbooks sat on shelves he had filled for her. It was like he was building her space before she could even believe she was allowed to have one. Jason was relentless, not with pressure, but with care. Dinner left outside her door when she forgot to eat. A new laptop charger when hers frayed. Quiet respect when she needed silence. But the tension between them grew anyway, because every look lasted too long. Every good night felt heavy. One evening, Jason walked into her room in black jeans and a soft sweater, hair messy, face tired. You're working late, he said, nodding at her designs. Final project, Tanya replied, shutting her laptop, suddenly shy. Jason leaned against her desk. I canceled an event. Seemed more important to order dinner for someone who forgets to eat. Tanya's heart shifted. You don't have to keep taking care of me, she said. Jason's eyes held hers. I'm not doing it out of obligation. I'm doing it because I want to. He stepped closer. Tanya, he whispered, I'm trying to be patient, but you're killing me. I'm not doing anything, she breathed. You exist. That's enough. The doorbell rang for the food, but neither of them moved. Jason's eyes dropped to her lips. Tell me you don't feel this, he said. Tell me I'm alone and I'll back off. Tanya's throat went tight. I can't, she whispered. Why not? Because it wouldn't be true, she confessed. I do feel it, and it scares me. Jason's phone buzzed. He checked it, then his face turned cold. What? Tanya asked. Marcus filed a report, Jason said. He told the police you stole money and valuables. Tanya went pale. What? I took nothing. I know, Jason said. My legal team will handle it. Tanya stared at him, shaken. And then Jason's phone rang again, this time urgent. He answered, listened, jaw clenching. He hung up and grabbed his keys. "Emergency at the office," he said. "A deal is imploding." He paused at the door. "When I get back," he said, voice low, "we finish this conversation." "What is this?" Tanya asked, breath caught. Jason smiled, dangerous and honest. "Everything," he said. Then he was gone. Near midnight, Tanya's phone buzzed. Unknown number. "Having fun playing princess in your billionaire's castle?" Her blood turned to ice. Marcus. More texts came fast. "You think you can walk away? Rich men always get bored. When he throws you out, where will you go?" Tanya blocked the number, but fear stayed. Her doubts rushed back like a flood. She was a maid from Detroit with night school dreams. Jason was a billionaire with a world of rules and judgment, and his mother hated her. It couldn't work. So Tanya started packing. And that is when the elevator chimed. Jason walked in and froze. He took one look at Tanya's half-packed bag, and his face went deadly still. "What are you doing?" he asked. Tanya's voice cracked. "I can't do this," she said. "I don't belong here. Marcus said you'll get bored. Your mother will wear you down. Your partners will care about appearances, and I'll be the one who gets thrown away." Jason did not argue. He crossed the room in 3 strides, and he kissed her. It wasn't gentle. It wasn't polite. It was weeks of restraint breaking all at once. Promise, hunger, protection, truth. When he finally pulled back, both of them were breathing hard. "You done?" he asked, rough. "That's not fair," Tanya whispered. "You can't just—" "I can, and I will again if you keep talking about leaving." He pressed his forehead to hers. "You want reality?" he said. "Here it is. I'm in love with you, completely, the kind of love that makes men reckless." Tanya shook her head, tears falling. "You don't mean that." "I've never meant anything more," Jason said. His hands cupped her face. "I love that you steal my hoodies," he said. "I love that you talk back to cooking shows. I love that you look at me like I'm just a man, not a bank account. I love that you're rebuilding yourself and you still let me stand near you." Tanya sobbed quietly. "This can't work." "It's already working. We're working. Everything else is noise." He kissed her again, softer now, like he was asking instead of taking. "Stay," he whispered, "not as my employee, not as my guest. Stay as my partner, my equal." Tanya's eyes searched his face for doubt. There was none. "And your mother?" Tanya asked, voice tiny. "She accepts you or she loses me. That's her choice." "And your business?" Jason's stare did not move. "I built the business because I had nothing else, but now I have you, and you are worth more than all of it." Tanya swallowed, shaking. "I'm going to mess this up," she admitted. "I don't know how to be what you need." Jason wiped her tears with his thumb. "You already are," he said, "just by being you." Tanya looked at her bag, then back at him. Standing in that penthouse at midnight, heart exposed, fear loud, she made the bravest choice of her life. "Okay," she said, steady this time. "I'll stay." Jason's face changed, like sunrise. He lifted her, spun her once, careful, then set her down like she was precious. "You won't regret it," he promised. Tanya let out a shaky laugh through tears. "You better not break my heart," she warned. Jason kissed her forehead. "I'm going to spend every day proving I'm worthy of it." The next morning, Jason canceled his meetings. He made her breakfast, badly, and they laughed until her stomach hurt. Later that day, his lawyers filed a response to Marcus's false report, including Marcus's history and a clear statement that Tanya left with only her own belongings. Then Jason did one more thing. He helped Tanya get a protection order. Not with threats, not with street violence, but with the law, cameras, records, and consequences. Marcus's texts stopped. A week later, Tanya's final project got an A. 2 months later, her design work landed her a paid internship. Jason did not try to own her future. He helped her build it. And when Evelyn Cole finally returned, she didn't come with insults. She came quiet, eyes lowered, hands clasped. "I was wrong," Evelyn said, words hard for her. "I spoke about you with disrespect." Tanya didn't smile. She didn't bow. She simply nodded. "I accept your apology," she said. Jason squeezed Tanya's hand. That night, standing by the windows, the city shining behind them, Tanya rested her head against Jason's chest. For the first time in her life, she didn't feel small. She felt seen and safe. If this story touched your heart, tell me in the comments what part hit you the most, and tell us where you're watching from. Also, like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves emotional stories. And if you want more stories like this, comment "more stories," and you'll be the first to get the next one.